Hey, good afternoon, good evening, actually. Welcome to the 5Ts. This is Planet Head, or Robert Gould Shaw, as I normally let everybody know. This is a character that I've been playing currently. Um, Want to jump right into it today. Not beat around the bush, maybe at the end of the video, beat around the bush a bit. Uh, I am working on the most basic rifter fit on the planet. Um, Basically, I'm trying to set up a very, very simple fit that an alpha clone can jump in and fleet with. I know there's incredibly easy, better fits than this, but what I'm focused on is having a ship ready and easily built that anyone can jump into with the most minimal, if not beginning skills of the game. So that if somebody wanted to create an alpha character and jump into a fleet expedition, they can do it. Um, and just get started and having fun. I truly believe the more I play, uh, the more interaction that you can get with other players, the better off you are. The second part being that I truly believe that you need to learn how to die in Eve, which I really haven't learned too well. I haven't died a whole lot. But every video I watch when people want to get into PvP, the best advice that I've seen is that they say build 10 ships and go get blown up in them. So, and then get over the fact that you're going to die and get blown up. And that's how you learn it. And that is how I learned at almost everything in life. So I'm going to jump in and do it right here. This fit will not include the best thing that it's easier to point out what it won't include and then say what it does include and why. Because it's trying to make the simplest fit in my mind that someone can have to also be helpful and literally just get blown up. So, in uh, let's go ahead and jump in here. So I've got the simulator up. And then when I get done with the fit, maybe I'll explain a little bit more of my thought pattern as to why I'm going with such a basic fit. So, first off, we got the simulator up here. Pulled up frigate, and we'll go into the hardware. Uh, what I'm using for reference, and I love this site. I know there are so many videos out there and so many sites out there, Reddit and all sorts of different things. But for brand new players, this is one of the sites that I would suggest. I'm not sure how long ago it was updated, but I found it really useful when I'm just getting started with a new type of thing. It is called, I'll just pull it up over here, the alphasguide.com uh, to Eve, basically. So it's just the Alpha's Guide. And in here, it goes from the very beginning to introduction, fitting out your rookie ship, how to use the market, moving on to career agents, which is the best thing you can get started with. And then right here is the next steps, where, depending on which faction you started in, as a brand new to Eve, not a new player, new character, but a new player to Eve, some pointers as to ships and fits that you can go to right off the bat to get going. So I'm using this as a little bit of a template. I'm focused on Minmatar ships. I will down the road do the same thing with the other factions, but that will be quite a bit down the road. I want to just get started with this. So, and you have to choose one, and I'm already in Minmatar space. I found a nice area that has a lot of content, both for low sec and for faction warfare. You can jump right into fighting. So, and you can also build stuff. But there is also an area here that has the hubs. So once you learn to fly, the trade hubs that I've talked about in the previous videos, that you can upgrade your ships. So again, most basic ship possible. We'll go in, and the second thing I've chosen is the Rifter. It's the one that was on all of the promo stuff from an old versions of Eve, from what I could tell. Why? Well, the guys at CCP weren't dumb. Um, if you look at the Rifter, it is the one that looks the most like an X-Wing fighter. And as a little kid, anyone my age wanted to fly an X-Wing fighter. Now, it isn't one. They made it just enough different, I think. Just enough different. Yeah, that's good English. Just different enough so that they couldn't be sued. But it is as close. And this is something that would interest people when they first start. If you go with the Amar, and that's why another reason why I've chosen the Minmatar. So let's just look here. Just want to make sure I hit start. That would really annoy me. I always get paranoid that I didn't hit start on the record. So, got the Rifter up. Now with the Alphas guide, it gives me a base. Now there's a lot of different places that you can pull fits. They're all over the place. They have a very basic fit in here that is actually just barely a level above the one that I'm actually going to fit out, and I'll give a reason for that. So, and again, this is the fastest ship I think that somebody can get into that I'm going to build, so that they may be able to join into a fleet and get going once a week, and we can have some fun. Later on, we'll slowly upgrade the ships. Maybe throw in some Logi. I've never used Logi for fleet, so that would be kind of cool. This is just like I've done when I lived out in the Great Wildlands, just jumping out there and trying something really basic, and helping other players just have a lot of fun. So this is their basic fit. He's got the auto cannons here, the most basic gun, afterburner, a web of fire, a small capacitor booster, gyro stabilizer, small armor repairer, damage control, and then a couple of rigs and a couple of caps and fusion. Now to make this simpler, and you're going to laugh at this because it's going to make it even squishier than it already is, but my goal is to, when I was flying out and doing PvE out in the Great Wildlands and first getting to it and trying to learn how to fly a ship, I didn't want to try to do too many things at once. And what I'm seeing with this fit, while very basic and simple, and the very next level I think that maybe somebody might want to jump into, on day 1 or day 3, my mind is keep it simple so you can learn, review your videos, see tactics, things like that, and then slowly add on, not try to do too many things. Is that, I've been having a problem with, no, it's not. Okay, that's the one. Okay, sorry. Been having an itch on my eye. I don't know if it's allergies or something. So, ironically, I'm actually going to remove off some things off of this very basic fit and accentuate some of the things that it's already doing. So, 2 things you want to look for is the amount of firepower that you can shoot things with. Number 2 is how you want to tank things with, in my mind. And then 3, what tactic are you going to use? Those are my 3 main things. I know there's probably a bunch of different things, but those are the 3 things I look for when I'm actually PvEing. So I'm going to go with it the same way I do PvP. Again, base level, foundation, build the house on top of it. The only reason I keep repeating that is somebody's going to jump into this video and go, you could use rigs. You could do a Tech 2 and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, this is total mass-produced Model T type ship. So what I'm going to do is, this right now is with the afterburner, semi-speed tanked, and with the damage control and armor repair, semi-armor tanked. To keep it as simple as possible, I'm going to remove out the armor repairing and go fully speed tank. And it is take this slot that I'm going to remove out this gyro stabilizer, this small armor repair, and I'm going to try to throw in a second gyro stabilizer that does more damage. The auto cannons are close range as well, so we're going to try to leave the stasis web of fire on there, and the tactic is to en masse go after somebody. So I'm actually going to remove off, because since these ships are so squishy, if I take off the armor repairer, you won't have any time to use the small capacitor booster. So remove that off and throw in a warp disruptor. Now there's a difference between, in my mind, and this is again, I'm not the best fitter in the world, but the tactic that I'm trying to go for, the disruptor versus the warp scrambler. The disruptor uh, keeps somebody from warping away from 20 kilometers out, whereas the scrambler, if I'm remembering the wording correctly, does it at 10. So uh, the tact, and then these are short range guns here, the most basic that you can get. So the idea is up your use as many guns as possible, up your gun power with more gyro stabilizers, webify them so they slow down, disrupt them so they can't get away, and um, get in close and hit them until you die. That's the goal. It's basically, in a strange way, kind of just turning yourself into a larger version of a drone. I just thought of that, but that's really what's going on in my mind. So, to change that out, oh, the other thing I do want to say here, if I remember correctly, I haven't looked at this site in a little while, but the nice part here is when, for a brand new player, if you've never played this game before, it actually gives you a reason. He explains what each one of these things are used for to a basic player. And this really helped me months and months ago whenever I was first jumping into the game, because while it didn't explain everything, it gave me something to, again, that foundation, that base. And I am by far no expert, but it really intrigued me. And that's what I'm wanting with these videos, is to make people more interested, try different things that they've done before. So we'll jump back out of here. We'll go in here, and we're going to go in. First off, we've got to get our guns. So now, I haven't actually tried to make this fit yet, because I don't have hardly any skills for this character. I'm for any combat skills. I can fly the ships, and I can blow things, fire guns at the smallest level. So this is going to be the most basic damage dealing that you can see. So first off, let's get our guns on. We're going to go autocannons. And if I remember correctly, that was the 200s. So we're going to drop in the 200s. If we can't fit the basic autocannon 200s on there with the power grid and CPU sizes, then I can always drop down a little bit lower. But we're going to try to get as large as possible on there. Then we want to go, so we've got that. We've got our damage dealing there. Then we're going to, we want to get some, well, we won't throw the ammo in just yet. Let's go ahead. Next slots are the middle slots. We're going to go with our afterburner. We want our speed tanking. So there you are. Good. And then we want to go with, now we definitely need the disruptor. So we're going to do that first, because we need to hold somebody down. The idea is if you have a fleet of 10 guys and they're circling a guy and shooting him with really weak weapons, you need to hold him there. So you definitely need to use a warp disruptor. And warp disruptor 1, again, just the basic stuff. Now, whether or not the webifier is useful or not, or a tracking computer, I'm going to go with the webifier first. I was trying to think, you want to accentuate the damage. You can either slow him down to make an easier target, or you can make your guns better at hitting them. Man, my hands, that's my hand. So I'm going to go with the scrambler first, or webifier. So, webifier. Stasis, webifier, level 1. Okay. So we're a little bit over, about 2/3, actually almost exactly 2/3 with the CPU, and not even halfway with the power grid. Now we've got 4 slots here, which is actually, so that makes that site a little bit out of date. It only had 3 slots for the Rifter. That must have been an update recently. I think I remember doing a video months ago about that when I was first looking at that site. That's interesting. Okay, doesn't matter. Or maybe I was just looking at it. So we're going to go in, and we definitely want to upgrade our damage dealing. So I'm going to go with a regular gyro stabilizer and a gyro stabilizer. Okay, so our CPU has now gotten too small. Or we don't have enough CPU for that. So if I took the webifier off, I'm going to throw in here what I've got as my original idea. Damage control. This will just give a little bit across the board of damage control. Okay, so I'm down. Boy, that gyro stabilizer is the one that's hurt. Okay. So here's the thing. There is, so this is the fit I wanted, but I'm short by 27.3 of CPU. I've still got an extra small slot. A lot of different options that you can go with here. If you look at my character's skills, and just pull up here. Again, I don't have any skills in like my spaceship command is at 1s. Let's just go down here. Mimitar. Frigate 1. I also don't have hardly anything in my, I think this is the base levels for my engineering, which are areas that I could increase my CPU usage. But I'm trying to keep this so that a player just starting could basically jump in within an hour or two or use some base skill points. There is something out there. I'm trying to remember. There's something you can throw in that increases your CPU. And I hate watching that blink, so we'll do that. Good. And I apologize, I cannot remember what that is. And the guys who have played this game a ton are probably laughing their butts off. Okay, so we've got capacitor batteries, capacitor transmitters, auxiliary, flux coils, relays. Is that it, maybe? Power diagnostic, reactor control units. It's the only thing, I wish this fitting window you could actually increase it. So let's look at a reactor control unit. Does that boost core power output? So volume, recharge, power grid. Okay, so that's a power grid bonus. I need capacitor capacity bonus. So that is not what I want. Reactor control. So under here, power diagnostic system. And capacitor recharge rate, power grid bonus. There's a capacitor bonus, but it's only 4%. Monitors and optimizes power grid. Gives, yes, that's not what I'm looking for there. Oh, I'm in power. Capacitor. Relay, maybe? Capacitor recharge rate and expensive. Nope, that is not what I want. That increases its recharge rate. Capacitor flux coil. What are you? What causes a reduction in max? No, I don't want that. That's worse. Oh, wait. What is auxiliary? I apologize for this, but this is micro power core. I don't want that. I want my capacitor up. Dang it. Or bonus? No. Uh, capacitor battery. Oh, that might be what I need. So small cap battery. That can't be that much. 120. Capacitor bonus of 120. Is that what I'm looking for? Let's try it out. I don't think that's what I'm looking for, but you never know. Whoops. Wait, dang it. I didn't want that. I had it. I had what I wanted. Small cap battery. Okay, let's rid of you. There we go. Okay. Did that do anything to that 156? No, it didn't. Okay, it just increases my capacitor battery, not my actual CPU space. So I don't want that. So go away. Fleet harvest. It's got to be under engineering. I swear there was cap booster. Don't think that's it. I think that's for just like a shield booster. It increases your cap. Yep, that's what that is. Your neutralizers. I swear. I think I already looked at this one. Yeah, that's not the one I wanted. Bonus. Yes, I'm not getting it here. I know there is something out there that increases your capability. So I will work on this fit a little bit. You probably, by the time you see this, you'll be laughing and be like, you can throw this and this in there and you're done. That is part of the fun of Eve, trying to figure out stupid, dumb things that you're making. The other day at work, I was trying to... Oh, you wouldn't notice it. For 2 days, I was trying to enter information for an employee, and then I thought the site was down. Turned out I was misspelling his name. That's how stupid I am. It's probably what I'm doing right now. Probably just need to take a half a second away. I probably already looked at that one. Power core. Power bonus. Don't think that's what I want. Yep. No, that did not work. Get rid of you. Maybe if there's another, I just want to try. That was named auxiliary. Auxiliary power core. Those are all modifications. And possibly you go with a rig to increase your capacitor. You can do that right off the bat. Okay, so run into a little bit of a stump here, but that's the goal. On that end, I did buy the basics. Oh wait, I could actually drop these down to 125. Here's the kicker here. So until I figure that part out, now that I've been bullshitting around, sorry, 8.15. So let's just go in and take a quick look at the guns. So auto, oops, I'm not looking at, why, how did that switch over? Autocannon. Now, we're doing 200s, which have a CPU usage of 9. If we were to drop down to 150s, that'd be a CPU usage of 6. Or you could go CPU usage of 125s at 3. Boy, it doesn't probably do much damage there, but it would be a base. It would be the most basic type of setup that you can do. Let's take a look. See what happens. One. Unfit. Go away. Unfit. Unfit. There we go. Now there's a second question, and you have to balance them out. I'm trying to throw on an extra gyro stabilizer here, so it's not giving me my CPU spot. Yeah, see right there, there's just not enough there. There we go. So that drops that down. And then go with the 125. It's barely going up there. Okay. And I have 2 slots left. Let's see how much a tracking computer uses for it. Nope, too much. Dang it! Okay. So I got to work on the fit a little bit. Maybe this is a idea of failure. Next video, hopefully I'll have a good fit for this, whether I throw in some rigs or look around. If you have some ideas, I'd love to see them in the comments or mailing me. I know I'm missing something here. As you can tell, I'm not the best fitter in the world. That's the other part of this, is when you're working on something you've never done before, go with the basics first, so you're not missing anything. So if I can find the most base thing to fly with, then start adding on top of it. The way I tell people when I'm training them at work in a new job, I say, here's your new job, 100% of your new job. And learn that. Don't worry about this extra stuff. Learn 100% of your new job first and learn how to do it in 40 hours a week. And then once you learn that and you feel really, really comfortable, compress it down. You compress it down so that you can do 100% of the job in 70% of the time. At that point, you can add on 40% more. You're at 110%. So you're doing your regular job in 70% of the time, what you're needed to do so nobody gets mad at you. And then you add on 40%, which is 110, to challenge yourself. Once you're able to do that in 100% of the time, compress that down in the amount of time. This could take a month or 2 or 3 with a regular job. That's how I kind of try to show people. Because anybody who's started a new job, they will learn it if they're good. If they do, and that keeps you pushing. And at some point, maybe 6 months down the road, you're now doing 100% of your regular job in 30% of the time, or even 50% of the time, and you've constantly been adding things in that makes your life and your job better. Same thing here. Learn 100% of the basics, doing a speed fit, doing guns, and actually doing a fitting here. When you get that down, then your brain starts working, and you can then add on to that. And that's the way I grow, and that's how I try to train people. So this is the way I train myself and challenge myself. So, wow, I hope I didn't spend too much time on searching around things there, but because I'm already hitting 30 minutes. So I apologize if I spent a little more time. I wanted to show what I was building. Oh, that's the last part here. So I did actually pick up, yes, I picked up some blueprints. Boom, basic blueprints for the Rifter here that I've got. I'm going to start researching those. The goal is over the course of the week, research these blueprints so it costs less to build the ship, and then uh, next weekend start building basic rifters so that sometime next week or the week after, when I set up a time, I'm going to start jumping in them and going out and getting blown up. And we'll set a time. If anybody wants to join me, they can. I would request that they only fly these ships at the beginning. To get that baseline, I'll record the videos. I'll go back and look at them, post them up of us dying, and actually do a video analysis like I used to do whenever I used to record or look at my old hand histories when I used to play poker. I learned so much from my own mistakes. Um, so that's kind of the goal. It's a kind of a 2-week process. First part is I got to get this fit going. So I'll mess around a little bit more, and hopefully my next video will have that on there. A lot shorter. I won't spend time searching around on stuff. So, alrighty. You guys fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you want, and stay alive. Have a good one. Bye-bye.